G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're up in my garden area and we're going to have a look at all the trees in my ground growing area, which is just a little area that I've set aside specifically for growing trees out to be used as bonsai. Main purpose of growing them in the ground, of course, is to make the trunks bigger and fatter to make a more impressive tree. So once you finish looking at them, pop a comment down below and let me know how many of these trees you've seen used in bonsai before. Maybe how many you've used yourselves. And at the end, I'm going to have a quick look at a couple little projects that may be coming up with some plants that are growing in my garden. So let's get going. Righto, so this is the first one. I'll try not to drone on too much about them because there is quite a few trees here. I think we're up to 50 at the moment. This is an English oak. Hasn't been in here very long. Pretty slow growing in my climate. But one that I wanted to grow to have a bit of autumn colour in the foliage, something we don't get a lot of here in the subtropics. Casuarina, not 100% sure, probably Equisetifolia, horsetail she oak. These three are the three that started off this ground growing area. This one's a liquid amber. It's growing really well up here. Doesn't look like it wants to go to sleep anytime soon. We're actually at the start of winter here now. A lot of my ones in pots are going to sleep. That one doesn't want to. Down here again, another Casuarina, quite small still. Cunninghamiana, another different variety. Should make a nice tree eventually. Got a few tea trees in here. These are just hybrid tea trees. Mainly got them for their colourful flowers. This one will be a light pink, I think. Tickle pink it's called. Ballerina. I've got two ballerinas in here. I'll jump over and have a quick look at the other ballerina, but they have nice pink flowers, darker foliage than the other one. Typical small leaves of a leptospermum, but obviously needs to get some size in it. This is the other tickled pink here. Still flowering. It's got some multicoloured flowers, which is pretty cool. It'll look really good on a mature tree. Back to where we were. This is a little Melaleuca. Cotton candy, I think it's called. Gets little pink flowers. Honey myrtle, maybe they call it too. My sister bought this tree for me, so it'll definitely be getting turned into a bonsai at some point. But it needs to grow for a bit. Make that trunk big and fat. Next, we've got a Backhausia. Mount Stewart mystery tree, it's called. Apparently this species of Backhausia is only found in one area up near Townsville. So probably not too many people that have actually seen this species. I tried to put some movement in this trunk a while ago when it was in a pot. It never looked right like that, so I'm just going to let it grow, get big and fat, and we'll dig him out and see what we can do with him. Lots of eucalypts in here, lots of eucalypts. Some don't have name tags, so they'll be just mystery trees. But there's quite a few. This one, Australian white cedar. These huge big leaves like this, I don't know that it's ever going to make a nice bonsai, but just something that I wanted to try. It's not the same as coniferous cedars that you see used in bonsai overseas. So yeah, don't know about that one. Grevillea robusta, silky oak. Iconic Australian tree. This one's grown really well since I put it in the ground. Another year or so and it'll definitely have to come out. But yeah, I think this one will make a good medium to large tree. Beautiful leaves on it. See how that one goes. Looking forward to that one. Another liquid amber. This one started to go to sleep. Up this end we've got quite a few little eucalypts. These were grown for a competition on an Australian bonsai forum. So they will get dug out in a year or two. I think there's half a dozen of them. A few corymbias. They're nearly all eucalypts of some description. But I think there's probably 6 or 7 of those. I'm not sure. The most recent additions, these were picked up while we were on holidays down in New South Wales. Just an ordinary old olive. It was on sale at a Bunnings, marked down to $5 or something. Don't have any olives. Olives are supposed to grow well in the heat, which we get a lot of here, so interesting to see how that one goes. Another eucalypt Strickland's gum. I bought a couple of them. Little tube stocks, they'll be a while yet. Ginkgo. Another one bought for its beautiful autumn foliage colour, something we don't get a lot of here. I've ended up with 2 big ones of these and one small one that's down the paddock. Hopefully it'll make it through this winter and I'll dig it out in spring. But one's in the ground here, one I'll keep growing in a pot and we'll see how he goes. What else have we got? Another Corymbia. Another eucalypt. Eucalyptus grandis. Flooded gum. Nice small leaves on this one, so hopefully it'll make a nice bonsai. But again, needs some size in that trunk. Native ebony. These grow well in pots. They seem to back bud okay. A little bit slow growing, and apparently when you cut them, like cut a branch off or whatever, the wood goes really black, which is where they get their ebony name from. Yeah, so not sure how that one's going to go, but hopefully, nice tree. Another unnamed eucalypt, no idea. This one's a Japanese Zelkova, gone to sleep. Didn't really think much of this growing it in a pot, so it's in the ground, hoping to get some size to it. Very thin trunk at the moment. Another casuarina. I think I've got 3 or 4 casuarinas in here. Some of these have name tags. This is a bouillon. White bouillon. Just another rainforest tree. Supposed to get a nice buttress base on it, so whether we can replicate that in a bonsai, we'll see. But yeah, again, a bit more size. We'll dig him up. Swamp box. Lophostemon. That one, whatever the hell that says. Anyway, I assume he'll handle a bit of water. Swamp box. Sounds like it should be part of the eucalypt family, but it doesn't look like a eucalypt to me. Black mulberry. Another one, should get some autumn foliage colour. And I think it'd look cool covered in little mulberries. I don't know, something different. Something you don't see all the time. Plum pine. I think this one has been used for bonsai a bit. Australian native plum pine. Another little tea tree. Leptospermum madedum. A few of them. Another casuarina. I think this is Casuarina glauca. Not 100% sure, but that's what we identified it as. We grew it from seed, collected in a state forest near here. This one was one that was used in Tony's Bonsai Challenge. Didn't really like all the twists and turns in it, so it can go in here and grow out for a bit, and we'll see what it looks like in a year or two. Melaleuca linearifolia. Another one that should make a nice bonsai, little tiny leaves. It'll handle pot culture pretty well. This one, I think this is a native cypress. Calyptrus columularis. Should make a nice tree. Don't know a lot about it. It's been trunk chopped once. Gonna let it grow now for a while, see what it looks like. Oh, nice feathery foliage, so yeah, I don't know. Something else to play with. Chinese pistachio, I think. This one has really beautiful leaves when it comes into autumn here. Really brilliant red-orange sort of colour. Didn't think much of it in a pot. Wasn't even really going to do much with it as a bonsai until I saw that autumn colour and thought, yeah, I've got to do something with that. So yep, it'll stay a year or two, get some size. Another gum. I think it's a red flowering gum, that one. Back to the ginkgo, another eucalypt for the Bonsai Forum competition. This was another little eucalypt. Poor thing, I snapped it off while we we're making all these wood chips here. Stood on it, snapped it off. It's growing back from its lignotuber, but yeah, it'll be a little while before it comes back. Similar story to the next one. This is a tree wisteria, if you can even see the damn thing there. I forgot it was planted here, thought it was a weed, went to pull it out, ripped half the top off, and hopefully it'll come back. Another Melaleuca, don't know if that one even has a name tag anymore. No. Another random Melaleuca, that one might be Snow in Summer or something like that from memory. Nice small leaves like most of the Melaleucas, it'll make a nice tree too. Should be relatively easy to dig out of the ground. Another eucalypt, don't know if he has a name tag either. Nice smallish leaves on this one, so it should make a nice tree if we can get it out of the ground again. That's going to be the challenge with most of these trees, is going to be digging them up again. I think this is a Sigium of some sort. Another tree with nice small leaves. Needs some trunk size. Biggest challenge. This is a river birch, not yet going to sleep, but another deciduous tree. Would love to get some nice deciduous trees happening, but see how we go. Kunzia. These things seem to grow all right here. They're all very thin, tiny. A load of the trunk on it. And yet it's probably 2.5 feet tall. Really hope they start to put some size in their trunk. Another little Melaleuca. This one's not too bad actually, the trunk's not looking too bad on it. But it'll stay, get a little bit bigger, and that's probably about it. Oh no, we've got a few more little eucalypts we picked up on the weekend. River red gums. I think there's yellow box. These are only tiny tube stocks. There's 5 or 6 of them here. 2 river red gums. No, 3 river red gums, a poplar box, and the yellow box. 50 trees all up. Yeah, a lot of trees. Not much more to say about them really. Just got to look after them, let them grow, and that'll be something we'll look at in at least a year. Some of them we'll probably look at next year. Most probably a year or 2 after that. But definitely some nice trees in there that I hope will make reasonable bonsais. Right, come for a walk up here. Project number 1. Up here I have tea trees. Leptospermum. 2 here, only small. These are grandiflora. Leptospermum grandiflora. I've got 2, one each side of this monstrosity here. Been hanging out waiting for them to flower. They haven't flowered yet. They've been in here for a couple of years. They get shaded out by this big tea tree. And I've been thinking about changing this little part of the garden. I'm growing eucalypts all up along here, flowering eucalypts. So, I was wondering, maybe, could we dig this thing out? It's got a nice sized trunk. Some fairly low branching. So maybe, come springtime, might be something worth digging out. What do you reckon? Should I take this 3-metre leptospermum, cut it down, dig it out, get it in a bonsai pot? We'll give these fellas a bit more room. Might make them grow a bit better. Let me know what you think. Second idea I had, one of my bees probably, feeding on a Jarvis Bay lepto flower. Leptospermum rotundifolium, that one, grown from seed as well. The other idea I had, see people all the time doing tiny little bonsais. And it struck me that a thyme plant has tiny little leaves, woody stems. Sometimes they get quite thick at the base. They'll grow from cuttings, so I should be able to dig one out. Take a cutting maybe, and try and make a little miniature bonsai. What do you reckon? Would a thyme plant make an interesting tiny bonsai? And will it survive a reasonable length of time? I mean, I know I could dig one of these out, put it in a pot, wire it up, make it look half decent, and then never see it again. But I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. I don't like bonsai channels that do that either. So that's my two projects that I'm thinking of tackling up here in the garden. Let me know if you think it's something that you would like to see. I know, that's it for my ground growing area. Hopefully the source of a fair few trees for me over the next 2, 3, 4 years. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.